Hi, I'm Kim. I practice classical East Asian medicine and Taoism, and my heart is in helping you reconnect with your voice and your spirit. Today, I wanted to try and share with you the incredible beauty of classical East Asian medicine through treating grief. And when we talk about grief, we're not just talking about sadness. We're talking about something that can actually scatter your spirit and leave us feeling lost and unanchored. So I wanted to share treating grief because as a practitioner, I've seen how the beauty and complexity of this medicine can help reunite the spirit and guide us back to peace. Let me share this story with you. A client came in one afternoon and I could just see it in her whole being. She was exhausted and not just tired, but that bone deep, weary stuff. And it was mentally, emotionally, spiritually, she was completely drained. And her grief, it wasn't hidden, it was living in her body. So her muscles were tight. Her patience was thin. She was irritable. And even the simplest things that used to bring her joy in life, like, hanging out with friends or being with family or just daily life, all of that had lost its color. Before I even touch a needle, I think about the body differently because the body is more than just muscle and bones. It's the expression of the spirit. The 12 organs and meridians, they're like friends in a circle. And sometimes they're cheering us on, sometimes they're guarding us, and sometimes they're going to be holding things safely until you're ready to deal with it. Now, one of the ways East Asian medicine can read grief is through the pulse. And the pulse is not just rate or rhythm. It's this conversation the body is having with the spirit. So grief can show up in the meridians way before words ever do. And through the pulse, these 12 friends are going to interact. The needles just simply help the body call on its own network of support in a gentle and loving way. This is the quiet magic of acupuncture. It's not just needles, it's a reunion. It's a circle of our inner allies, and they're gathering around your pain, walking you home to your voice with compassion and empathy. Now, in her case, it was the large intestine meridian, and that channel is what teaches us how to release or how to let go. And that was actually where the grief had decided to root itself most deeply. But what I felt wasn't just the struggle of letting go. It was something so much more deeper. It was this loss. It was this kind of soul level loss that reshapes your life. And in that moment, the channel itself felt like a child, hurt, confused, and alone. And this child was clutching something precious and was unwilling to let it go, because letting go didn't just mean release. To her, there was the fear that it meant erasure. It meant that if she softened her grip, that memory of her loved one was going to vanish too. That's when we need help of our other friends, and that's when we need to identify the wisdom in the body that isn't being heard. In this session, the supporting allies were going to be the kidneys and the pericardium. And let me tell you why I chose these two. The kidneys, there's something ancient. They're really grounding. They hold your essence and your deepest truth, and they understand fear, not as weakness, but as protection. And the kidneys are going to be sitting there whispering, you're safe, you're whole, and you're not alone, because they will sit beside the frightened child until the child is ready. That's the true wisdom of the kidneys. They are ultimate patience and receptivity. And then there's a pericardium. Well, the pericardium is the heart's guardian, and it's going to decide what reaches the heart. When the emotions are going to be overwhelming, well, the pericardium is going to shield the heart, and for good reason. The pericardium doesn't want anything to hurt the heart. I mean, that's its role, right? But sometimes that shielding can block healing. So by using needles to select points, in this case that supported chi of these two treasured allies, those two were able to give their support to the large intestine. And it was the time on the table, the ability of the kidneys to release sorrow through the voice and be there for another, and the pericardium's ability to allow access to the heart. And slowly the child started to lose its fear and started to listen. And you could see it because the pulse softened, the breath got deeper, and the body said, oh yeah, I see. What is always amazing is a transformation when the body finds its balance again. She left that session not empty, not upset, not tense, but full of this deep understanding and peace. She finally understood that letting go didn't mean losing. It actually meant integrating the love, the memory, and the lessons into herself, but not as a burden, but as part of her life. Grief, release, fear, love, they're not separate journeys. They move together in circles, in waves, through the channels of the body. And when the body is held, guided, and supported, the spirit can return home. Okay, until next time, I'll catch you on the other side.